Can we make it 3 Friday parlay wins in a row? Let's find out. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven. It is Friday, baby. Happy Cinco de Mayo. That means nothing to me. I have two little kids. But hope you guys have a good one. Be safe, have fun, all that kind of stuff. This is my favorite show of the week. I usually give a lot of juice, but me and my entire household are sick right now. We're going to fight through it. It's going to be fun. Put in a lot of work for this show, so let's get some winners. Real quick, in the Discord, Kentucky Derby contest is going on. $50 to the winner. The rules are in there. It's super simple. Just make sure you go join that Discord. The link is below. The Kentucky Derby, I believe, is Saturday afternoon, so it is coming up quick. We got a big day. Like I said, we got 3 MLB best bets for you. We're going to go over some good hitter matchups. We're going to give you a couple bad pitcher matchups because I didn't see a lot of good ones. And then I have some interesting facts about some teams, whether it's home or away, and how much they strike out. So we're going to go over all that before we hit the final one, which is the Friday parlay. We are 2-0. Let's see if we can make it 3 in a row. That would be 9 wins in a row, technically. That's pretty crazy. So just want to say something real quick. It's kind of been an off and on struggle. We're right around even for the first month. I've seen a lot of people out there that are struggling. The MLB is different right now. They changed quite a bit of the rules with the time clock, which changed a lot of how pitchers throw. A lot more stolen bases. There's just a lot going on in the game, so it's going to take a while to adjust. I want to be better. I'm sick of this just kind of off and on winning and being right around even. I'm hoping we can get better, but either way, I hope this video really helps you guys, whether it's giving you good hitter matchups, pitcher props, or just something to think about, or maybe you just say, you know what you're saying is crazy, and you fade me and you get a win. Whatever helps you. So anyways, thank you guys for the support. Be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. I appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. We are very close to 3,000 subscribers. So thank you guys very much. Now let's go to the bets recap page. All right, the bets recap for May 4th, a 1-2 day. Not that much of a loss thanks to that moneyline parlay win. But Grayson Rodriguez over 5.5 Ks at plus 100. He struggled. He didn't hit it. He couldn't throw strikes, and he had to be yanked. I think it was the 5th inning, maybe the 4th inning. So he didn't get it done. It was only a half unit loss. Orioles and Mariners moneyline parlay. That Orioles game was absolutely bonkers. They were up 8-1, and then were down 9-8. Their pitchers have no clue how to throw a baseball today, or they had no clue. And then the Mariners won over the A's. But the Orioles did make a comeback, so we hit a nice plus 137 winner. The Blue Jays minus a half run in the first 5. Make that make sense. Kevin Gausman, one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball, gets absolutely routed today. That wasn't even close. It was a no sweat loss. So 1-2. Only lost 0.43 units for the day. 68 and 66 on the year. Ho hum, plus 1.22 units. But the parlays on Friday, 2-0, 3.54. Can we make it 3 in a row today? We will find out. Now let's start out with some good hitter matchups. All right, here we go. Good hitting matchups. I only found 3 that I really like, and I had to adjust it because the Padres changed who they were throwing just a little bit ago. So here we go. First one, Manny Machado, 11 for 38 with 4 bombs off of Clayton Kershaw. Now, Kershaw has thrown the ball really well this year, a Cy Young candidate, but Machado's had his number a little bit. 11 for 38 is not unbelievable, but 4 bombs is pretty impressive. So we're going to stay in the same game for all 3 of these, by the way. Freddie Freeman, 7 for 22 with 2 bombs versus Yu Darvish. So Joe Musgrove was going to throw, but then I just saw it change to Yu Darvish. Freddie Freeman actually hits both of them well. So, and then the third one in the same game, David Peralta. He is 10 for 26 with 3 bombs off of Yu Darvish. The Dodgers and Padres, they play each other a lot. As you can tell, they have a lot of history. Compared to everyone else in the league, there's not a ton of matchup history today. So those are the 3 best hitting matchups that I found. Now let's go to a couple bad pitching matchups. All right, here we go. I got 2 bad pitching matchups. If you really dug deep, you could maybe find another one. I tried my best for you guys battling sicknesses, but I got 2 of them still for you. Let's start out with Rich Hill, the 58-year-old Rich Hill versus the Blue Jays. Blue Jays' third lowest K percentage versus lefties. Rich Hill has 27 Ks in 32.1 innings. I have no idea how Rich Hill is actually throwing the ball decent this year. I don't know how he doesn't have an ERA of like 100. He's 43 years old, but you know what? He's limiting his hard contact enough, and I do think the Blue Jays get to him. But K's wise is a tough spot for him, but I'm sure his K prop won't be that high anyways. Zach Wheeler versus the Red Sox. Red Sox have the lowest K percentage versus right-handed pitching in the league, but they are actually the 6th lowest when they're on the road versus right-handed pitching. So something to keep in mind. Lowest at home, 6th lowest on the road. Wheeler, he's a stud, 41 Ks in 32.2 innings. It's kind of a strength versus strength. So, you take it how you want if you believe Zach Wheeler to strike out a lot or if you think the Red Sox can get to him. So, those are the two bad pitching matchups that I found. Now, we're going to do something a little different. I have a little, some not really fun facts, but kind of some need to know stuff that I was looking at and how much different a few teams are with striking out, whether it's home or away. So, let's move to that part. All right, here we go. Here's some need to know facts that I was just researching and found out today. There's not all the teams are this different, but these three are pretty crazy. So let's start out the New York Mets. They have the sixth highest K percentage versus righties at home. Okay, so they strike out the sixth most versus right-handers at home, but then they go on the road and they have the absolute lowest K percentage versus righties on the road. It's bonkers. I checked it last season and it's pretty similar, honestly. And then also the Mets also have a fifth highest K percentage at home versus lefties and the third fewest on the road. So here's the gist of that. The Mets strike out a lot at home and not a lot on the road. I don't know why. Maybe it's hard to see the ball in New York. I have no clue, but I just thought that was really interesting how different they are at home and away. So just something to keep in mind. Hopefully that helps you guys. It'll help me too with K props. So next one, Atlanta Braves. They have the highest K percentage versus righties at home, so they strike out a ton. And the 10th lowest K percentage versus righties on the road. Very similar to the New York Mets. They do not strike out much on the road. And also since the start of 2022, they have the highest strikeout percentage versus righties at home and the 19th in are on the road. So it's really, if you go over a season, it's still kind of similar. So for the last year and a half or year and a month, the Mets and Braves have been pretty consistent, where they strike out a lot at home and don't strike out a lot on the road. Bizarre, I know, but that's what it is. Marlins, they have the seventh highest K percentage versus lefties on the road and the fifth lowest K percentage versus lefties at home. I don't know why. It's a lefty thing, and it's at home or away. That actually makes more sense, where they don't strike out as much at home as opposed to the other two. But anyways, those are just three teams. You're probably thinking I'm rambling or what are you talking about? I think this can really matter. If you're betting on a guy to do a K prop because you just see their overall numbers as opposed to what teams can do at home or away. They don't usually matter this much, but for these three teams, they definitely do. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, and we'll be going over that as the season progresses. So there we go. Enough of the rambling. It's time for three best bets and a Friday parlay. Let's go. All right, let's go. Game number one, Boston Red Sox at the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies money line minus 170, Red Sox money line plus 145, over under of 8 runs. I'm going to dive right into my best bet. It is the Red Sox team total over 1.5 runs in the first 5 innings. It is not a total game, just first 5 inning team total for the Red Sox. Zach Wheeler's on the mound for the Phillies. We know he's a pretty good pitcher. He was last year. He's pretty good this year. But here's the deal. In 6 starts this year, he's only faced one offense in the top 16 versus righties. That's it. So he's had some really easy matchups. And that matchup was the Texas Rangers, where he gave up 4 earned runs in 4.1 innings. Boston is third in OPS, fifth in WRC plus. They are one of the top right-handed hitting teams in the majors. And then even in the other games, Wheeler against Colorado Rockies gave up 3 earned runs. Against the White Sox, 4 earned runs. Reds, 2 earned runs. Guys, I just need two. That's it. From a Boston Red Sox team that just scored 32 runs in a 4 game series with the Blue Jays. All we need is freaking 2 runs. The Reds have done it. The Rockies have done it. The White Sox have done it. I think the Red Sox can do it. I love this bet at minus 120. Red Sox team total over 1.5 in the first 5 is my first bet. Let's move on to the second game. All right, here we go. It is the Detroit Tigers at the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals money line minus 245. Tigers money line plus 200. Over under of 8.5 runs. I have no clue why the odds are like this. Let's just talk about a few things. This is going to be a half unit bet, by the way. Cardinals, they have lost all 10 games to open a series. That's right. They have never started a series and won the first game yet this season. That's crazy. They are 1-9 in the last 10. 10-22 overall. They have a worse record than the Detroit Tigers by about 3 or 4 games. And we're getting a Tigers money line at plus 200. It's just crazy. Jordan Montgomery is on the mound for the Cardinals. Yes, he is a better starting pitcher, but I don't know how much that matters, to be honest. They find ways to lose. Last 2 starts for Jordan Montgomery, Dodgers, he gave up only 1 earned run. They still lost. Then he faced the Giants and gave up 1 earned run again in 6 innings. They still lost that game. The Cardinals bullpen and lineup find ways to lose right now. And because the lineup is so inconsistent, the Tigers got Matt Boyd. He's been okay. He's given up 3 or less runs in 4 of his 5 starts. He's just been okay, nothing special at all. And also this Tigers team just swept the Mets. I'm getting a Tigers team that is playing much better right now than the Cardinals. The Cardinals are horrendous. Could the Cardinals come out here and win? Yes, easily, definitely. But I'm going to go a half unit on the Tigers money line at plus 200. It's a value bet, guys. I'm not going to sit here and say this is a lock. Let's guarantee it. It's a value bet. Plus 200 for the Tigers to beat the Cardinals to make it 11 straight opening game series losses for them to go 1-10 in the last 11. Let's go. Let's ride the Tigers. I can't believe I'm saying it out loud. It's coming out of my mouth. It doesn't sound good, but we're going to do it. Tigers money line plus 200 for a half unit is my second best bet. Now we have a 1.5 unit play of the day, and that starts right now. All right, here we go. The play of the day for 1.5 units. We got Yankees at the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays money line minus 190. Yankees money line plus 160. Over under of 8.5 runs. I'm gonna say right now, guys, this is a Johnny versus Yanni matchup. By the way, has that ever happened in Major League history? That's right, Johnny Brito versus Yanni Chirinos. Best bet. This is it. 1.5 units. Probably my first 1.5 unit play of the year. Rays minus 1.5 at plus 110. Now, the Rays we know are just absolutely crushing the baseball right now. They're crushing righties, lefties, but especially righties. They are the best team by far hitting righties. Johnny Brito is on the mound. He's been so-so. He did have a blow up outing versus the Orioles, which is inflating his ERA. So he's a little better than that than the numbers show. But he's just walking too many guys. He's walking over 11% of guys right now. And you don't want to do that against this Rays team at all. Yanni Chirinos on the mound, bullpen guy. He's being stretched out a little bit. I think he threw 60, 65 pitches last game. They need an arm. He's given up 1 earned run in 14 innings so far this year, so it's been good. 0.57 WHIP, 4% walk rate. I know it's a small sample size right now for him, but I like what I've seen. I mean, his sinker getting a 091 average right now. His slider a 188 average. It looks good. And here's the deal: he's going against the Yankees. No Aaron Judge, no Giancarlo Stanton. I think Harrison Bader might be out too. I'm not exactly sure. This lineup is hot garbage right now. The Rays are crushing everybody. I can't believe I'm getting plus money for the Rays to beat this Yankees team, but I love it. Rays minus 1.5, plus 110. That is my best bet of the day for 1.5 units. And now it's time for the Friday parlay. All right, sound the alarms. Here we go. Can we make it 3 in a row? Friday parlay time. We have a nice juicy one at plus 372. Let's dive into it. We got Braves money line, Cubs money line, and the under 9 in the Nationals and D-backs. Let me talk just a little bit about each one. Braves money line, Max Fried's on the mound. He may be the best starting pitcher in the major leagues right now. He's unbelievable. He's never allowed more than 1 earned run in any start yet this year. He has a .45 ERA, just bonkers. The Orioles come to town. We saw what the Orioles did yesterday. They used a lot of bullpen arms. They're going to be tired in that bullpen. Traveling to Atlanta, I just think Atlanta takes care of business. I don't think this is going to be that hard. I almost went minus 1.5 to be honest with you, but I love the Braves to win. You could do 1.5 if you want to, but not always my favorite at home unless I really feel it. So that's the first part. Second one, Cubs money line. They're at home against the Miami Marlins. We're riding another stud lefty on the mound in Justin Steele. Guys, if you haven't been paying attention, this guy is pitching really well for the Cubs right now. He's really taking that next step. He's never given up more than 2 runs in any start yet this year, 1.49 ERA. He gave up 2 earned runs to Miami last time he pitched against them, and now he comes back home. I just like him. He's only given up 2 earned runs in the entire season at home. So I love Justin Steele in this one. Cabrera's on the mound for the Marlins. I just can't even believe when I see this. He has 25 walks in 27 innings. Those are like strikeout numbers. Yeah, okay, 1 an inning. He literally is almost up to 1 an inning for walks. You can't do that against this Cubs team. They're going to make him pay. I like the Cubs at home to win over the Marlins. The third leg, the Nats and D-backs. Who doesn't want to bet on that game? Under 9, guys. We got Josiah Gray on the mound. If you haven't been paying attention to the Nats, Josiah Gray has been a stud lately. He's finally taken that next step. He was a big part of I believe it was the Scherzer or Trey Turner trade. But anyways, he's stepping up. He's given up 5 earned runs in 28.2 innings since his first start. So if we take out that first start, he's been lights out. Only 18% hard contact, which is very impressive. Merrill Kelly, on the other hand, he has a 3.06 ERA. He's given up 3 runs or less in 5 of 6 starts. I think both these starting pitchers can really hold down the fort for 5, 6, maybe 7 innings. And hopefully these bullpens don't blow it too bad. but it's too average to below average offenses versus righties. So I love this under 9. I'm surprised it's not like an 8, maybe 8.5, but I love under 9 as the third leg. Put those three together, you get plus 7. I wish plus 372. Man, that would be sweet to go 3-0 on these parlays. So that's the Friday parlay and the best bets. Let's go to that bets recap page. There it is. Look at that new background. We're going to keep doing it until we freaking have a nice winning day, that's for sure. Red Sox team total over 1.5 runs in the first 5 innings at minus 120. Tigers money line plus 200 for a half unit. Got to take a chance. Fade the Cardinals. And then the Rays minus 1.5 at plus 110 for 1.5 units. The play of the day. I know we're all over the board, guys. Bet number 1 is 1 unit. Second bet is a half unit. Third bet is 1.5 units. And then the Friday parlay, there it is. We kept the same color and everything because we got to stay on a roll here. Plus 372. Braves money line. Cubs money line. Under 9. Nats and D-backs. Let's get a winner. Man, we made it through. We're going to try to do a video for you for Saturday too. We're not sure yet. Like I said, my whole house is sick, so we're trying to get through it. But thank you guys for the support. Keep smashing that like button. I hope you guys all have a great Cinco de Mayo, great Friday, great weekend. Let's get some winners. We'll talk to you guys later.